As American as pumpkin pie, the story of Thanksgiving's most essential dessert. I'm already on my third Thanksgiving dinner as we make our rounds this year. We're hitting the restaurants that are doing Thanksgiving dinner and our church Thanksgiving dinner, and only our family Thanksgiving dinner is left. But yet, I've only had one slice of pumpkin pie so far, and that is just almost criminal. You know, you've heard the saying as American as apple pie, but let me tell you, when it comes to Thanksgiving, pumpkin pie might just have apple beat. There's something just almost sacred about that golden orange custard that's cradled in a flaky crust, crowned with a generous dollop or three of your favorite whip topping. It's more than just a dessert. It's tradition, it's history, and it's home, all baked into one glorious slice. Have you ever heard about the town that couldn't celebrate without it? Like, if you need proof of pumpkin pie's essential place at the American table, look no further than Colchester, Connecticut in 1705. When the town discovered they didn't have enough molasses to make their beloved pumpkin pies, they did something extraordinary. They just decided, that's it, we're going to postpone Thanksgiving for an entire week. That's right, they put Thanksgiving on hold until they could make pumpkin pie. Delayed a holiday, a day of gratitude and gathering, because pumpkin pie was so integral to the celebration that Thanksgiving without it simply wasn't Thanksgiving at all. And that's the kind of pumpkin pie devotion I'm looking for. The story of pumpkin pie begins long before the Pilgrims ever set foot on Plymouth Rock. Pumpkins were first being cultivated in Central America 5500 BC, making them one of the oldest domesticated crops in the Americas. And when European explorers arrived in the New World, pumpkins were among some of the earliest foods they brought back home, introducing this vibrant orange squash to a whole new continent. And by the early 18th century, as Thanksgiving evolved into an important New England regional holiday, pumpkin pie had already earned its prominent place at the table. It was more than just this sweet ending to the meal. It represented the bounty of the New World and the creativity of the colonial cooks and the blending of these old world techniques with New World ingredients. In fact, pumpkin pie even became political. And here's where the story gets interesting. In the 1800s, pumpkin pie became an unlikely political symbol. So you had New England abolitionists fighting to end slavery, and they're featuring this humble dessert prominently in their literature and their cultural messaging. And Sarah Josepha Hale is this determined woman who campaigned endlessly and tirelessly to make Thanksgiving a national holiday. We should treasure this woman. Sarah understood the power of pumpkin pie. In her 1827 novel, she wrote that at the Thanksgiving table, pumpkin pie occupied, quote, the most distinguished niche. It's not just a dessert, it's a symbol of Northern values and tradition. And that symbolism wasn't lost on anyone. When Abraham Lincoln finally declared Thanksgiving a national holiday in 1863, the Confederate newspapers were mocking and dismissed it as a Yankee tradition centered around pumpkin pie and roast turkey. And they meant it as an insult, but they weren't wrong. Pumpkin pie had become deeply woven into the fabric of the American identity. We were a nation that was about to be united by pie. That's the kind of country I want to live in. After the Civil War, something beautiful began to happen as the nation worked to heal and reunite. Pumpkin pie extended its reach beyond New England. It traveled south and west and into every corner of America. What once symbolized regional identity became a truly national treasure. So, today, whether you're celebrating in Maine or California or Texas or Washington or Kansas, it's that iconic orange pie sitting proudly on Thanksgiving tables across the country And let's be honest, the best part's piling on that whipped topping at the end till you can barely see the pie beneath it. And some people might tell you that's too much whipped cream, but those people are wrong. This is more than just dessert. You know, we say as American as apple pie, but when Thanksgiving rolls around, pumpkin pie might just be the most American dessert of all. It represents our history, our resilience, our ability to take something simple and make it extraordinary. It's the taste of tradition. It's the comfort of home and the sweetness of gratitude, all in one perfect whipped cream topped slice. So this Thanksgiving, as you cut into that pumpkin pie and yes, add the mountain of whipped topping, remember, you're not just enjoying dessert, you're participating in a tradition that's been 5,500 years in the making. A dessert so important that an entire town once postponed Thanksgiving rather than celebrate without it. Colchester, Connecticut in 1705. You share that fun fact around the Thanksgiving table this year. That's as American as it gets. Sorry, no holiday without the pie. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your pumpkin pie. And next, we'll tackle turkey.